Okay, could I have you say and spell your name for me, please?
It's Thomas. Thomas.
Okay. And what's a problem, challenge, adversity, or conflict that you've had to successfully overcome in your lifetime? It could be anything.
Well, it's an ongoing thing. I have a history of alcoholism in my family, and that's not to say that because of that I was susceptible to it. Everybody makes choices in life, and they have to deal with them. And fortunately, as of late, I've been approaching it the right way instead of avoiding it, instead of assuming it's going to get better. Anything in life, the more effort you put into it, the better results you're going to get. And I'm just realizing now that I can be more than an alcoholic, or an alcoholic who works or whatever. I can, as time goes on, eliminate that. Instead of saying, "Hi, I'm Tom, I'm an alcoholic," I can say, "Hi, I'm Tom again." And it's a one day at a time thing, and sometimes I got to break it down to 1 minute at a time. But it had me in places where, I mean, Lord knows, man, I should have been dead 10 times by now. And something, not the biggest religious guy in the world, and I don't worry about anybody else, their beliefs. Everybody's the same to me. I don't know if you believe in up, down, left, or right. All I believe is doing the right thing. Sometimes you do the right thing, good stuff happens. Sometimes you do the right thing, bad stuff happens. Stuff happens no matter what. You just got to do what you know is right, and by and large, if you do that, good stuff's going to come to you. It may not be tangible. It may not be, hey, if I help this old lady across the road right now, I'm going to get $20 from her because she's going to be nice. No, down the road, when you trip and fall, somebody might snag you and help you out, and you got to do it on faith. And that's how I feel about it, and I think that that's probably the only reason why I'm still here, is because I felt something and I feel I have a greater purpose than to wind up having somebody, my family members or whatever, find me in a basement, drank myself to death or something like that. So that's the problems I try to overcome, and when I get too far away from that in my head and I feel like I've got it made and I get complacent, that's when I get into trouble. And that's why I try to surround myself with positive people, and I try to be an optimist no matter what.
Wow, that was very awesome. I'm going to step back. Can we get some information on you, some background information leading up until you first discovered your alcoholism, just so we can kind of humanize you, turn you into a person, maybe where you grew up at, what your life is like, up until you...
Well, kind of turmoil. I went to a bunch of different schools. My parents were divorced when I was in kindergarten. I lived on the Eastern Shore. I was born in Holy Cross Hospital. Saw a lot of drug use and alcoholism when I was coming up, and without incriminating too many people, a lot of selling. My grandfather was the president of the Pagans, and we'll keep that under wraps if you got to edit that out. Yeah, there's still a lot of people, but anyway, so I'm no stranger to seeing my relatives getting taken away for 10, 20 years at a time, and but even with all that, I've always tried to, put a positive step forward. I was a star baseball player. To this day I can still throw low 90s, but I didn't take it seriously enough. I figured I had the talent. They were going to do whatever they had to do to make me the man. I was going to be a pro baseball player or a pro rapper, but life hit me right in the face and showed me that, man, if you don't put in the work, it don't matter. There's nothing on this planet that is worse than wasted talent. Wasted talent. But the thing is, if you get a fresh start, not everybody does. Some people, I consider myself lucky. I may only have a one-room apartment right now and everything like that, but I may only have a one-room apartment, and but that's more than a lot of people have. I'm not exactly where I would want to be at my life right now, but I'll be 30 2 weeks, and I'm looking forward to starting a new decade, man. Looking forward to 20s, they're behind me, and the fact is the past. There's nothing you can do to change it unless you got a time machine. There's not really any point to even talk about it unless it's to learn a lesson, further from it. And that's just how I feel. I live my life just trying to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time realizing that not everybody, you can't take everything at face value, you know, and sometimes you got to be leery, but by and large, I really do embrace